So after navigating the Linux file system, looking in various directories and asking some questions about the contents of those directories, we will now consider managing files and directories. Now, we will be expected to create, copy, delete, move, and rename. So these are the basic operations that we're going to carry out on files and directories. So the first question, we want to create a directory called clients right in the root, right in the top of the tree, and underneath it we're going to create a subdirectory called RBC. So let's go ahead and go to the root of the file system, change directory root, type pwd, verify that you are in the top, you are in the right place, and the command to make a directory is mkdir, and we are creating a directory called clients. So just in case you're not in the right place, make sure you give the absolute path name. You include that / so it creates it in the root. The other thing to be aware of is only a super user can create a directory there. So when we press enter and type ls, we see now that there is a clients directory that was not there before. So underneath clients, we want to create a second directory, a subdirectory. So the command for that is make dir, and what are we creating? RBC. And where are we going to create it? We're going to create it inside clients. So just bring the two together, RBC inside clients. What and where? We're creating RBC, and we're creating it inside clients. We press enter. When we type ls, we see clients. Let's go ahead, change directory, and go into clients. Type ls, we see RBC. So let's change directory. Let's go into RBC and recall that it is case sensitive. And now when we type pwd, we can see that we are now in a subdirectory of clients. That's what you should see if it was done correctly. So let's go back to the root. Okay, and before going any further, keep in mind that the command window is one window for viewing the files and directories. We have another way of doing it. We can do it graphically. If I go to computer on the desktop, click on file system, I am now in the root looking down. There's clients. Double click on it, and there is RBC. So it's accomplishing the same task, but instead of using a graphic user interface, we are using a command line. Let's go ahead and clear the screen. Let's go to the next step. So here we're copying all the files inside bin that begin with the letter C and the letter M, and we're copying it to clients. Now my recommendation at this point, draw a diagram on a piece of paper. That's really important because after 2 or 3 steps, you're not going to remember what you have anymore. So we're going to go to bin and we're going to copy some files to clients. So let's quickly go there, change directories, bin. We're inside bin right now, and we're going to start by copying all the files that begin with C. So the command to copy is cp. Actually, let's do ls first. Okay, scroll up, and you can see the various files that begin with the letter C. So the command to copy is cp, and you're copying all files that begin with the letter C. Now notice that I'm already inside bin, okay? So I can copy them directly. Now if you are not inside bin, okay, you need to specify that. So where are all these files? These files are located in bin. Again, what and where? What am I copying? All files that start with C. Where are those files located? Inside bin. And of course, where do I want to copy them to? I am going to copy them to the client's directory. Now, if you have any doubts about that at all, you can go to that location, change directory, /clients, and type ls, and you can see there we have a number of files. These are binary files, executable files, that's why they're green, that begin with the letter C, and of course we have the RBC directory that was there previously. Let's go back to bin, and now we are going to run the same command, but this time we're going to copy all the files that begin with M. Now here's the trick. Find the up arrow on your keyboard and just keep pressing it until you find that copy command. And there it is. So now I'm going to use my arrow key and go to the left and change the letter C with the letter M. So this way you can reduce the amount of typing you do. So now we're going to copy all the files that begin with the letter M to clients. That is now done, and of course you can verify it, but this time let's verify it graphically. Let's double click on computer, go to file, go to clients, and there we go. We have files that begin with C that were copied there and files that begin with M that were copied. So we can see that everything is working well. So verify every step after doing it. Make sure the files, the changes you made were in fact taken into effect. Now what we want to do is we want to delete any file, one file inside client that begins with the letter M. So let's go to clients now, change directory, /clients. I'm going to do an ls, and I'm going to pick one file and I'm going to delete it. Any one file that starts with the letter M. I'm going to delete the make node file. So the command to remove a file is rm make node, and we press enter. It's asking you, are you sure you want to delete it? You press Y for yes, and when you type ls, there is no more make node. So the command for deleting files, rm. In the next question, we want to create a text file inside clients called April. Okay, so let's go ahead. We're currently in clients. If you have any doubt, just type pwd. You can see that you are in the right location. Okay, so we are going to use the vi utility to create this file, and it's going to be called April. So we can do that. And the other way of creating a file is with the touch command. So it's really up to you. You can go in there and then save any changes you want, but it's a lot easier just to do touch. So touch of April, when we type ls, we see that there is a new file in there called April. Now files are color coded. If it's just an ordinary text file, it's going to be black. If it's an executable file, it's going to be green, and of course we saw that directories are blue. Going on to the next question, we are now going to move it to RBC. Okay, so there are a lot of different ways of doing it, but I am going to use the full syntax for this because the MV command can go very wrong at times. So what am I going to move? I'm going to move April. Where is April? April is inside clients. So let's go ahead, bring those two together. So what and where? What am I moving? April. Where is April? Inside clients. And where am I moving it? To RBC. And again, I am going to use the full path name, /clients/RBC. Don't forget, RBC is an uppercase. So what and where? Okay, where is RBC? It's inside clients. When we press enter, okay, if you want a confirmation that April is in fact inside RPC, you can do that through the command line, or you can do it graphically. So I'm going to go to the File System, Clients, RBC, and yes, indeed, you can see that April is sitting inside RBC, and RBC is sitting inside Clients. Let's continue with the next question. Rename. So April is going to have a new name. Instead of being called April, it's going to be called June. And that is the same command. We are also going to use MV. Okay, so let me go ahead, clear the screen. What are we renaming? We are renaming April. And what are we going to rename it to? We are going to rename it to June. Now, anytime I use the MV command, I don't use any shortcuts. Okay, I always write out the full path name. Where is April? It's inside RBC. Okay, so we know where April is. It's inside RBC, which is inside Clients. Where is June? Well, after we rename it, we want it in the same place. So /clients/RBC in uppercase, and we can see here that my screen is going a little bit off. And there we go. We have the full command there. So the command to rename and move are exactly the same. Rename April, currently inside RBC, and we're going to rename it to June. Press Enter, and if you need a verification of that, you can return back to your browser. That was previously called April. We can see now that it is called June. And now we want to rename a directory clients to 2019 clients. Now, this part is important. Make sure you're not in a directory or subdirectory of clients. So I'm going to go right to the root. I'm not going to even attempt this until I'm out of this current location. So change directory, root, okay, and there we go. So we need to rename clients. It's the exact same command again. So MV, and always mention the full path name anytime you use the MV command, because MV goes very wrong sometimes, and it's going to be renamed to 2019 clients. When we type ls, we don't see clients anymore, but we do see the same directory with a different name. And the final command here, the final step we have to do is we have to delete it. Now, the command to delete a directory, let me clear the screen. The command to delete a directory is rmdir, but that only works if the directory is empty. Okay, so there is a smart way to do this, and there is a not so smart way of doing it. You can go in and delete every file and subdirectory one by one, or you can force it by using the rm command instead. So I do rm-f for force, and then R, okay, this is important. It means recursive, meaning delete everything in there, files and subdirectories and subdirectories. R means continue doing what you're doing until you're finished. And what are we going to delete here? We are going to delete 2019 clients. So the command for that, or the complete path name, notice that I'm always beginning with the full or absolute path name starting with root. So we will type 2019 clients. We press enter, and when we type ls, we see that 2019 clients is indeed gone.